Welcome to our MBTI video series called What's My Personality? Today we're going to be talking about the INFJ, or the guru. INFJs are introverts. They gain their energy from their inner world and time alone. They listen and then reflect before sharing their ideas. So once they've decided to share something, you can be pretty sure that they've thought it through fairly clearly. Finally, INFJs tend to be fairly private and contained. They need to get to know someone pretty well before they're willing to share too much about themselves. INFJs are intuitives. Although intuitive starts with an I, we use the N in the MBTI letter. So intuitive is your second letter, N. INFJs focus on the big picture instead of the details, and they are drawn to options and possibilities. They tend to make connections and find patterns to understand information, so they don't necessarily need to do things step by step. Finally, INFJs are very future-focused. They prefer to look at where they're headed rather than on where they are or where they were in the past. INFJs are feelers. That's where the F in INFJ comes from. They make decisions based on their personal values and strive for harmony with others. In fact, they often put themselves last and prefer to meet the needs of others over their own needs. They are empathetic and consider the impact of their decisions on others. And finally, INFJs believe that fair means treating people as individuals, so they are often willing to treat different people in a different way in the same situation. And finally, INFJs are judgers. That's where the J in INFJ comes from. They prefer to live in a planned, organized, and scheduled way. And they want to be in control of their lives and their decisions. INFJs don't like changes to the plan. Once they're prepared for something, they want to do that because they are able to know that they have done everything to be ready for it. So if there's a change to a plan, it's often very unsettling to an INFJ. And finally, INFJs like to make decisions quickly to avoid last-minute stresses. INFJs are rare. They are actually the rarest of all 16 types. They represent only about 1.5% of the total population. So if you're an INFJ, you've probably felt at times in your life like certain people just don't get the way you think or the way you make decisions. And that's because not very many people think exactly the way you do. INFJs are known as the gurus of the type world. They rely on their instincts to see options and develop big picture solutions to problems. And they ask empathic questions to help people discover their own answers. And they seem to know things without being able to explain how they know. Sometimes this comes across as almost otherworldly, but mostly it's that INFJs are able to look at information and see patterns in that information that others just can't see. So they're able to reach conclusions that other people aren't able to reach. INFJs have several core beliefs. They believe that ideas should be thought through rather than just simply thrown out there. They believe that good decisions require multiple options and possibilities. They definitely believe that the future is full of possibilities, and they embrace those possibilities. They think that values are more important than logic, so they're often willing to make decisions that might not be the most logical if they fit their personal values. INFJs believe there are often several right answers, and that different people might have a different answer in the same situation. They believe that life is better with a plan, and that success is defined by the individual. And finally, INFJs believe that helping others is vital to being happy. INFJs have superpowers that other types just don't have in the same way. INFJs are able to predict the future. They're able to take those various inputs that they're receiving and see a complex future reality in a way that other people aren't, so it appears as though they can predict the future. INFJs are amazing listeners. They're able to concentrate and listen with empathy to whatever other people are sharing. INFJs are wonderful at understanding complexities. They can look at very complex situations and filter those complexities quickly and thoroughly in their mind to reach a conclusion. And finally, INFJs have great empathy for others. They're able to put themselves in others' shoes, and through listening and empathy, they're able to help other people. But INFJs have certain things that are like kryptonite to them more than they are to any other type. INFJs have trouble dealing with too many details and can be overwhelmed if they're in a situation where they have to do that frequently. INFJs do not like being asked to violate their values or ethics and often react poorly or overreact in situations where they feel this is being asked of them. INFJs hate noise and disorganization and struggle to make good decisions in situations where this is apparent. And finally, INFJs really dislike small talk, particularly with people they don't know well. They really dislike what can be called the stop and chat, where you might see someone that you know in the grocery store or someone and be expected to stop and chat with that person for several minutes. INFJs in a nutshell can be summed up in this way. They have a gift for intuitively understanding people and complexities, and they seek meaning and purpose in their lives and in their work. They combine their natural empathy and listening skills with an idealistic desire to improve the lives of others. And they have faith in and rely on their insights. This video has been brought to you by Willow Tree Training. Subscribe below to see more videos like this. And thanks so much for watching. We hope to see you again soon.